sports fans, Coach Nick here, and welcome to B-Ball Breakdown. First things first, I want to let you guys know that we have a newly designed website with a lot of great information there. So you can make a destination if you like, because you'll find all of our posts there in HD, plus lots of links to some great articles by great writers from the NBA, and standings and stats and all sorts of stuff. So don't forget to visit bballbreakdown.com. Let's get to our preview, Celtics versus Knicks. The Knicks have their hands full, it's no doubt about it, but there are some things they could do to hurt the Celtics and prolong the series. That said, Ray Allen is a key for the Celtics, and he hasn't been performing the way they've hoped over the last month and a half of the season. The Celtics have a problem with Ray Allen, and it's with his field goal attempts. Look at on the season, he averages 12.2 per game. In March, it went down to 11.5, and then in April, it went down even further to 8.6 per game. His scoring is vital for the Boston Celtics to have success in the playoffs. You'll see here he averaged 18 a game and shot very well in their wins. In their losses, you'll see a significant drop in scoring and shooting percentage, and that's very key. If he is not threatening the defense with the high percentage shots, they're in trouble. Against the Knicks, he did score quite a bit on a lot of shots, and he shot as poorly as he would normally do in Celtics losses. In fact, he shot worse than he would normally do in their losses. And that's a concern. I'd like to show you the effect that Ray Allen has on a defense when he's moving without the ball. First, watch this down screen, and it forces Kobe to come over and help, so that's one person who has to help outside of Derek Fisher. Now watch how Gasol has to come over on that screen and roll and help. Keep your eye on Ray Allen. He's going to come all the way across the court, get a down screen from Pierce, and rise up and shoot a three. That's pressure on a defense. That said, I've seen a lot more possessions like this recently where he'll cut through, maybe set one screen on the weak side, and then flare out to the weak side corner and stay there, not putting any pressure on the defense and certainly not being there to get a shot. Ray Allen has been extremely aggressive against the Knicks, especially against Fields, and you'll see here how he screens and pops out and takes that shot with authority. Even in his misses, he's going to the basket strong, and it's something we haven't seen from him over the last 2 months of the season. To protect Stoudemire, they'll have Turiaf guard Kevin Garnett, and it's a pretty big mistake because Turiaf has no answer for KG's quickness and height down low. He simply can't stop him down there, and even from the outside, he doesn't close out as well as he should. Having Melo guard Pierce is a no-win situation for the Knicks. Either he'll score early and often, or Melo will get into foul trouble, or both. But it's not like the Knicks have much choice. There isn't anybody on the roster that can do a great job guarding him, and he can score where he wants to on the floor. Rondo should have no problems getting by Billups into the basket to score or dish. Jeff Green's footwork on the post, I've talked about this before, but watch what happens. He's going to step over with the wrong foot, the right foot, off balance, jump off of one foot, and just toss it up. He has no moves down there, and it's a real liability in my mind when the playoffs and the pressure are on. If Big Baby will settle for jump shots, the Celtics are going to have some problems. And I'll explain why his jump shot's so bad. Watch his feet as they kick forward after he's up. Those legs should be straight and not moving at all once he gets into the air. After going through all the numbers and looking at the games, this is what the Knicks must do in order to compete with the Celtics. They have enough weapons to hurt them, and if they can stick to the script long enough, they can outscore them in enough games to make this an interesting series. The Knicks must isolate Melo as much as they can because, honestly, Paul Pierce is the weak sister on that Celtic defense, and the variety in Melo's game will cause anybody problems because he can pull up, he can shoot the three, or get to the basket, and nobody in the Celtics can really handle him. Also, Melo gets to the line a lot and will get other players in the Celtics in foul trouble. He should get to the post as much as he can because that'll force the Celtics to help and recover, leaving other opportunities for his teammates wide open to make shots. I know they brought Jeff Green over to play defense on the wings, but honestly, I think he's really not a good defender, and he was getting picked on in this game by both Melo and Stat. Amare Stoudemire must be active in pick and rolls, getting to the basket where he can be completely effective. He loves the spot at the top of the circle where he can both shoot the jumper and get to the basket and score and get fouled often. I don't think the Celtics have much answer for that. And he's also great in the high post area near the corner of the foul line where he can both blow by his man or shoot the J. The point guard position is a wash in this series because anything that Billups gives up to Rondo, Billups can then get with threes and scoring. As soon as O'Neal and KG are out of the game, the Knicks must attack the basket because Kristich and Big Baby are not the guys that can stop anybody down there. And they must leave Rondo open as much as possible and lure him into taking as many outside jumpers as they can. Where the Celtics have the most advantage is the physicality and intensity and experience of the playoffs. When the game got really rough in the fourth quarter of this game, you could see the Celtics rise to the occasion and the Knicks shrink from it. The Celtics literally take the Knicks out of their offense. Watch how Pierce does a pre-hedge, getting the ball out of Billups' hand, and they don't run the pick and roll. By the time the ball gets around, Landry Fields is being harassed by Ray Allen, gets to the basket and throws up a horrible shot. You don't see Billups, Melo, or Stat shooting that. While I did call Pierce a weak sister on the Celtics defense, watch how he harasses Melo here. When the time comes and he really needs to do it, here's an example of where his hands are active, he's moving his feet, and he knocks the ball out of bounds. And he's also clutch. Down by 7 in the fourth quarter, you'll see him pull up for a 3 and nail it to get them back into the game. As I was going through the matchups, I thought I came upon an amazing idea that would really help the Knicks. Well, it wasn't really that original because it turns out the Knicks did it in this game against the Celtics. You'll see Melo guarding Rondo, Billups guarding Allen, and Landry Fields guarding Paul Pierce. They're going to go to their bread and butter play, Pierce posting up on the free throw line. And while he scores, this is the lineup and this is the alignment that's going to give the Knicks the best chance at winning the game. Here it is again with the same defensive alignment, and you'll see that the Celtics don't get a great shot. And while KG makes it, trust me, this is the definite alternative to letting the Celtics score easier than they were earlier in this game. So they should stick with this alignment earlier because that's a tough shot that KG makes. So the Knicks are going to have to outscore the Celtics. And it's not going to be up and down transition because the Knicks are an average team running the ball and the Celtics are a great team getting it back. That said, they both run about the same amount of times. But the reason why the Knicks have so many more possessions is because they'll jack that shot up in their half-court offense a lot faster. And that's okay. They'll just need to make sure that they isolate Melo and Stat as much as possible. The Celtics bench, in my mind, is a weak point, and I think that the Knicks could take advantage if they play heavy minutes for the starters, so that Melo and Stat, again, can take advantage of those subs as they come in. That said, Doc will probably shorten his rotations as well, but that will only benefit the Knicks, who are a younger team. I don't think the Knicks have enough to beat the Celtics, but it's going to be interesting. If the Celtics have the ability to turn up the intensity and make it really physical, the Knicks are going to wilt. However, I do think the Knicks have a chance to win a couple games and stretch this series to 6 games. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to stop by our website at bballbreakdown.com. Follow us during a lot of the games. We'll be doing tweets live, real time. And don't forget, at B-Ball Breakdown, it's not a channel, it's a conversation.